characters in a 3D-like space. So I acknowledge that effort was there. Very good job with that. Near the beginning, I did really like the establishing shot, and though it did feel like the characters were kind of slapped on, or like with the fade-ins, which I wish there's a bit more time where you kind of develop the characters a bit more, and how they got there, or like how they got into the scene, and his feelings with feeling rejected. But other than that, like the next scene was great.
Like I said, 2D, 3D, you love to see it. I really enjoyed like the camera work with the 3D scene, and it's a really interesting attempt of having like, the 2D and 3D. I also like the main character's design. It's like very unique. When it comes to the animation, there's a little bit of like cutting or jumping between frames. Like when, of course, at the beginning, I saw like a little bit of like cuts of the background, like cuts of the character, and I would have liked to see a little bit more of that exaggeration with these characters, since it seems like he took on more of an animatic style. The dynamic poses, exaggeration of these characters, like with these poses, will help push like your characters' expressions and dynamics a little more. But I can really see where the effort is coming in, and I can't wait to see more in the future.
Going into this cold, I think a lot of audiences would have a little bit of trouble telling you what they were supposed to take away from it. I count myself among them. I didn't know a whole lot about the main character, except that they were at a party, probably had too much to drink, probably drove home, definitely had, seemed like a drinking problem. There was revealed once they got to the home. There was a picture with people on it. Couldn't tell if it was them or someone, two other people. But just from the beginning, I think I had kind of the same thing that was troubling me as with another piece is that I had so little information at the start of the scene that I wasn't sure how to contextualize what I was seeing. I wasn't sure how important what was going on was, and I think a lot of it's especially difficult in a piece without dialogue, because obviously that can help you fill out the character so quickly and give so much detail about their mental state and everything really, really early, and without that, you really have to lean hard on doing some of that prep work at a time and making sure that that's visually represented. So I did find myself a little narratively lost at the beginning of this, and then that puts me into a mental catch-up mode, where then I'm constantly thinking a little bit more about the questions I had about the last thing I just saw than focusing on what I'm seeing right now. So it creates this kind of perpetual cycle of being not as connected to the narrative as I could be. There were some really, really cool things about this. I like the experimentation of the final shot. It's pulling that sort of thing off takes a very specific aesthetic and execution in my mind, but I love to see people playing with it. So yeah, a lot of great ideas here, but yeah, I could do them with more narrative setup at the beginning, and I think that would have helped the rest of the piece flow a lot better. But yeah, great work.